Hi, everyone. My name is Kean Graham. I'm the CEO and founder of MonetizeMore. And I'm going to be doing a 10 to 15 minute webinar followed by questions and answers, and we'll try to get to each one of your questions. Before I get into the presentation, I'd like to mention that MonetizeMore is a publisher ad ops partner. And you can visit MonetizeMore.com to request a free consultation today if you'd like some help on your programmatic strategy. So the webinar today is going to be about the future of Outstream video ads in 2018. Before I get into it, I'd like to mention a quote from Google that 46% of web video ads are never viewed. So those advertisers are not getting the necessary engagement that they're getting from some of the other ad sources like display ads or native ads and many of the other types. So Outstream video ads do face an uncertain future. And there's three main influencers of Outstream video ads for 2018. First is the Coalition for Better Ads, which became an organization in 2017, and this is to combat the issues of ads being too intrusive and ad blocking spiking in the amount of usage throughout 2017. The second is video ad fraud. Video ad fraud is very high. In fact, advertisers have lost millions this year just from that. And then finally, the demand and supply for video ads. This is a big reason why Outstream video ads exist in the first place. So in terms of the Coalition for Better Ads, this is an organization that determines what is a sufficient ad that is high enough quality, it isn't too intrusive, and it doesn't negatively hurt the user experience for the users for various websites that run advertising. So what's relevant to publishers is companies like Google, Apple, and many different ad networks, but specifically Google and Apple have joined this coalition, and they will be using the decisions of what is a quality ad for what the new ad blocker from Google Chrome and Apple Safari will actually block. So, for example, one of them is auto sound Outstream video ads. Those are on the blacklist, and what they're going to do is, if you're running auto sound video ads, then users on Google Chrome and Apple Safari could completely blacklist your actual publisher site if you're running this type of ad. There's many other types of ads like pop-up ads and interstitials, but specifically that's relevant to this presentation, auto sound Outstream video ads are on the blacklist. And this minimum bar of what an acceptable ad is, it's going to inevitably move, and it's important for you as a publisher to watch out of where that bar is. And another important aspect is to watch the effects of Outstream video ads on the user experience on your site and the other ads on your site. So we predict that publishers with auto sound video ads will get ad blocked. This will start at the beginning of 2018, so very soon. Eventually, all Outstream video ads will be blacklisted as this minimum bar of what an acceptable ad is changes. We see all Outstream video ads, not just auto sound ones, to eventually get blacklisted. So make sure to watch this closely, and publishers will proactively stop running Outstream video ads because of the negative effects on user experience, the negative effects on the RPM of other ads. It's something that's really important to test, and we've done tests ourselves, and we've seen how it affects the other publishers, and as a result, MonetizeMore, as an ad up partner, has proactively blocked Outstream video ads for the majority of our publisher partners. And we've seen publishers that run their ad ops in-house do the same. The second influencer is video ad fraud. So a big factor of this is the lack of advertiser transparency. And this is common across many different video type of ad types. However, specifically for video ads, the advertisers they set up deals to purchase in-stream video ads. However, what they actually get is Outstream video ads in that case, because it's much easier for the publisher to run these because there's a larger supply of them, and there's specific ad networks that only sell Outstream video ads. And they don't communicate to the advertisers that these video ads are actually Outstream and perhaps a combination or just Outstream. So the advertisers eventually find out, and it isn't necessarily ad networks that pay for it, it's the publishers. Because these large advertisers and agencies end up blacklisting the publisher domains, and a huge segment of these advertisers and agencies stop buying on these publisher domains. So you end up losing out on a lot of competition within your ad inventory, and your RPMs will go down. There's also a higher level of bot fraud. So since these video ads tend to get higher RPMs, the reward for the various fraudulent traffic tends to be higher because they get a higher return. So that's why there's a higher level of bot fraud for this type of ad type. So we predict that advertiser transparency will improve. So this is happening across the ad ecosystem. The technology is getting better, and advertisers are becoming more sophisticated. So this is already happening and will continue in 2018. Ad networks will get blacklisted. So rather than just the publishers getting punished for it, the actual middleman ad networks will get cut out for these advertising agencies, and we see them eventually going out of business. And then the detection of fraud traffic will also improve. This has already been happening. There isn't just options like Integrated Ad Science or Radian One. There's many new ones out there. They offer more affordable packages. The technology is improving, and it's becoming more accessible for publishers to block this type of traffic. The third influencer is demand and supply for video ads. So the whole reason that Outstream video ads even exist is because video ad demand is so strong. Those budgets from the TV commercials that you see, they are all shifting towards online. A huge shift has already happened, and there's much more to come. And that's where some of the biggest budgets are allocated to. So it's a lot of money shifting online. So naturally they go to online video ads, and that's why there's so much lucrative business out there. However, the supply is relatively very low because it's expensive to create video ads, takes a lot of expertise, the right type of talent, and there's a lot of logistics. However, the tools are getting better. There's better vendor companies doing this, and creating unique videos is becoming easier and more cost effective. So eventually the supply is going to catch up with the demand. And the third point is there is an RPM difference between in-stream and outstream video ads. So this is really important when we come to the predictions. So our first prediction is the video ad demand will continue to surge. There's not much doubt about this. It has been surging within 2017. We expect this to continue as the TV budgets shift towards online. Video creation costs will go down as the different vendors and technology improves and publishers become more savvy in terms of creating these unique videos, and that gap between in-stream and outstream RPMs will grow. As advertiser transparency improves, the in-stream RPMs are going to be higher and they're going to be allocated in a more accurate way. And then outstream will be in the spots that it is. Publishers, as a publisher, you have a lot of different things happening in 2018. We have 4 recommendations of what you should focus on. So you should watch the Coalition for Better Ads. As that changes, you should really kind of watch out for where that minimum bar of quality is. The second point is you should monitor your advertiser blacklist. So if you're running outstream video ads, really make sure that you check in with your ad networks and that the blacklist is that you're not getting on the blacklist of these important advertisers, and if you do, find out the reason why. The third point is to test the effects on UX and the other ads. We recommend doing A/B tests with outstream video ads and without, and then test user engagement factors like page views per session, the actual bounce rates. You can test return percentage. Those are important UX factors. And then the actual page RPMs with outstream and without outstream, because sometimes you get a lower page RPM with outstream video ads, because even though the outstream video ads might have a high RPM, they are hurting the click-through rates and the viewability of the other ads because they're really hurting page performance. And the final one is you have to make an important decision between what's more important to you as the publisher, short-term or long-term revenues. With the proper test, maybe your page RPMs are higher with the outstream video ads and you get higher short-term ad revenues. However, you have to balance that versus the long-term effects. If you're hurting the UX of your audience, then perhaps they're not going to come back to your site and they're not going to engage as much and they're not going to refer other users, and it damages your brand. So if you are going for those short-term wins, you have to really think about whether it's worth the long-term drawbacks. And if you would like any help with making any decisions or setting up the tests, please contact us on MonetizeMore.com or get a hold of Brandon. We're happy to help and send you in the right direction. So overall, MonetizeMore has exclusively optimized over $72 million of ad revenue just in 2017. Over 300 million users have seen ads optimized by MonetizeMore, and our publisher partners are so happy with our premium publisher plan that our churn rate is at a low 0.5% for 2017. So that's the webinar today. Thanks for participating. And if you have any questions, feel free to type it in the chat box to the side. Okay, so we have a question here. How will Outstream ads evolve after the 2018 update? So this is, I think they're inevitably going to become more efficient. Right now, some of the actual creatives are super slow. They really bog down the page. And for some, even for some, it will actually shut down your browser. So it's some of the worst UX you can get out there, and it's because the creative that they're running, it hogs so much CPU, and it really just kind of it does it to a point where it actually kills the browser. So eventually, the publishers have been complaining about it, and it's making it to the ad networks. And what they're going to do is they're going to optimize their actual JavaScript creatives so that they load quicker and they hog less resources of the browser. So we have another question here. We'd like me to talk about some copyrights and fair use. So I assume that's related to some of the Outstream video ads and perhaps some of the video creatives that some of them have used. So there's for some of the in-banner videos, which is another word for the Outstream video ads, but they tend to be served within a 300 by 250 display ad, a video ad. So some of these, what they do is they run these stock videos, and then they will follow that with video advertisements. And this is like their version of in-stream video ads, which is not really, but that's kind of them trying to justify it, I suppose. And I assume this question is related to the stock videos that they run, because they're pretty generic, and it is possible to get stock videos that are Creative Commons. So I assume a lot of them are from Creative Commons. Perhaps some of them are infringing on the actual creative license of it. I'm not too sure on that, but I would say that would be the most relevant topic related to copyrights and fair use. So we have another question about the guidelines. If publishers still want to play with Outstream ads. So I would say the most important guidelines is set up proper tests, A/B tests specifically. So to A/B test and look at your user experience metrics when you're running an Outstream video ad and when you're not running an Outstream video ad. So the most important ones are bounce rates, page views per session, and if possible, the return percentage. So that's hard to run within an A/B test, but you can watch it for if you run Outstream video ads at this certain time versus another time. But within these A/B tests, you also want to check the performance for your other ads. So look at the other ads' viewability, watch the page RPMs within the A/B test, see which one's higher, and watch those engagement factors and see what the difference is, because some of these Outstream video ads that really hog resources, they kill the performance of the other ads. Okay, so we have a follow-up question that I believe to the fair use and creative question about Daily Motion and YouTube. There's a lot of videos with copyright. Yes, absolutely. So I'm not too sure how this relates to Outstream video ads. There is a lot of copyright videos on Daily Motion and YouTube, and it's something to take really seriously. It's really important to create unique content. YouTube has some very sophisticated algorithms to detect any copyrighted content, and those are only going to become more sophisticated. So it's important to create unique videos and not try to duplicate any of those. Otherwise, you're not going to really create much of a sustainable business. Okay, so that's all the questions. Thanks for joining the webinar. And please, if you're interested in our future webinars, follow our blog, get on our newsletter, follow us on Twitter, on Facebook. Brandon will be putting the follow links in the message box. And we're going to have a lot more webinars in 2018. Another one that we're going to be talking about coming up is the future predictions of ad tech in 2018. So we have some doozies coming up. Definitely watch out for that webinar. I think it'll be really interesting for you guys and specifically publishers, because knowing what's going to happen ahead of the time will help you strategize for your business. So thanks again, everyone, and enjoy the rest of your day.